Last week we announced our decision to move out of the Chateau so we can reopen it as a guest house. That news sparked a lot of reactions, and if you've been wondering what this means for us and for the future of the Chateau, make sure to stay until the end of this video because we'll try to answer them all. But first, we continue renovating the old barrel house. It's been swallowed by 30 years of greenery and hides a roof containing asbestos. It is essential for our future projects because it will become a workshop, but more importantly, the storage space for all the tools currently filling the coach house, which we're transforming into new guest rooms. What started as a simple cleanup quickly turned into one of the most challenging battles of our 6-year restoration journey.
Look at that. It's like a carpet. And here these branches all grew underneath the roof, so they are basically trapping the roof. Like that works. Yeah. Nice. Makes funny noises, this roof. It doesn't feel safe what I'm doing here, but I don't really have a choice. I did not expect this to be so difficult. Now I managed to cut all through that root system of ivy, and theoretically I should be able to fold down a huge chunk in once. The reason why this is so difficult is only because I can't really move. Because just under me there's a roof beam I can stand. If I forget that, I make a step to this side and I most likely break through the roof. And I had a friend, it happened to him. I don't want this to happen to me. There's even a stone. How did that stone land on the roof? Flintstone. Wow. Look at that. Can you see that? How cool is that? Yeah. Nice one. So with that big chunk done, there's the next big chunk. And I'm afraid that might even be more difficult because it's so big branches. It's like literally ivy branches this size. Came off with a bit of asbestos. I think I need to get my mask. Ooh, that's a good one again. Look at that one. Look at this, almost done with the first roof. The biggest challenge yet. It's a good technique. It's not safe, but it works. I don't need to go to the gym today. Okay, it's good. I'm exhausted. Yeah. Go away. Go away. Nature. So half the roof is done, but I have still this kind of carpet of green stuff that needs to come off the roof, and I have an idea how to get it off. It is my lucky day today because I'm not alone anymore. Look who's here. Wifey.
Wifey!
Wifey's back. I've been alone for quite a while, as you might have noticed in the last videos. But that was because Anna was traveling around for her birthday, seeing friends and family in the UK. Well deserved, but I'm happy that she's back. And because I love her so much, I bought her a new outfit.
So we can be matching. We're going to have some couple bonding over asbestos removal.
Removing asbestos, that's our love language.
Yeah, DIY is our love language. Yeah. That's how we
bond.
Connect. How sexy do I look in this?
Very sexy, very sexy. So that,
if you think I look good in this.
Yeah, but you look even better if this is, you know, there's this tapey thing here.
Okay, so like it's like a double-sided tape.
Yeah, it's a double-sided tape and you take it off. After the work is done, this suit goes in the bin. You can't wear it twice, so it's a one-use suit.
So we can't go to the toilet?
You can, but it might show.
Almost on me. Take it out on those weeds, Philip.
Yeah. Why is that so hard? We're supposed to be finished with this. It's never ending.
Would you say this is one of the worst jobs ever?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, it's so much easier to the two of us.
Oh, we should time ourselves. How long did it take you to do the other side on your own?
2 days.
So I checked. We started this at 1 o'clock. So let's see how many hours we can get it done. Good teamwork. I'm sweating. You were so right. Like, this mask is making my face sweat.
One row done.
Woo.
Okay, here we need to be careful because it's crumbling.
Okay.
Oh, and I need the...
What do you need? Okay. We need this, and what else do you need? Philip?
Huh?
I've got your drill, but what else do you need?
The drill bits.
I don't see them.
There's two.
Oh yeah, there's one
An adapter
here.
and the drill bit.
Oh, I just got stung by the electric fence.
Huh?
I got stung by the electric fence.
Yeah.
It's dangerous working here, look.
Yeah.
We have an electric fence just here to keep the wild boar out.
Ah.
Philip is fighting with ivy. I like that technique, that's a good technique.
Yeah, I developed it some time ago. Like a bench press.
DIY workout routine. It's huge. It's crazy.
One row done, and starting on the second one. And then there are 2 more rows.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, look at that.
Woo.
There's a bit of asbestos on it, so we need to...
Look at that. There's no way we could have got that off without breaking it. It's completely, the asbestos tile is completely entwined. Look at that. Why are you happy, Philip?
I'm happy we've done half of the second roof, so
Woo!
almost there. We finished today.
Yeah, we're going to finish
That's the
today.
plan.
We can do it.
We can do it. Very useful tractor.
It is. is Philip's glory moment. The last bit of ivy off the roof.
Ah!
Let's see if you can do it by hand.
I can, I feel it.
I believe in you, you can do it. Just don't fall off the roof with it, okay?
Yeah.
Yes. But has it got asbestos in it?
Maybe, yeah. See, this looks like a French cut there, so careful.
High five.
Officially done with all the ivy.
Good job, my
High
love.
five. What a relief. I'm aware that what most people see here is a derelict heap of concrete blocks with absolutely no charm. But what I see here is a derelict heap of concrete blocks with absolutely no charm, but with the potential to become a useful, practical, and even good-looking woodworking workshop for our future wood projects. Now, you might or might not have this exquisite eye for potential, but when it comes to creating a homepage, you don't need any special instinct or experience, thanks to a company called Squarespace, an all-in-one platform to create a very good-looking and efficient homepage, which also happens to be this week's ad. Squarespace acts like your creative director, brand consultant, and programmer all in one. You don't need any design experience because you can either use their powerful AI tools to build a website from scratch or choose from one of their countless gorgeous templates and adapt it to your needs. Whether you're creating a complex e-commerce shop, a personal space to share photos and stories with friends, or a website to schedule appointments with clients, Squarespace has the right tool for you all in one place. Even payments are simple to handle with Squarespace's integrated payment module, accepting all major payment providers. Thank you so much in advance for checking out squarespace.com/howtorenovate for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code Chateau to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
So apparently, Philip, we released quite a controversial video last week when we announced that we are moving out of our chateau. It went a little bit crazy in the comment section, didn't it?
A lot of them were really positive, but we had also some rather juicy questions and comments, and we decided we pick the best ones out to answer them, to address them.
I don't understand how you can move out of the chateau after you renovated it and designed and decorated it for your sweet family. We bought this chateau with the intention of running it as a business, right from the beginning. We were looking for a property that we could use as a family home, but also to host guests. And ever since we started renovating it 6 years ago, every decision that we made was in order to make sure that we could run it as a guest house. So, for example, all of the renovation of the guest rooms, we considered having ensuite bathrooms for each of them, down to even our downstairs guest toilet, which I hand painted the mural. That wasn't for us as a personal family toilet. It was actually always to be used by our guests.
If we had conceived the chateau as a family home, we would have conceived it very differently. Some of you might remember we lived for a very long time in the former servants' quarters, which we perfectly loved. That was a nice, cozy apartment. And then we just decided to move down after we closed the guest house because of our YouTube and because it was too much for us to run the chateau as a guest house and have YouTube at the same time. But we reluctantly moved down because we loved it so much upstairs. And it's true, we love the rooms that we created, the master suite, we did create them for us.
That's probably the only room that we conceived just purely for ourselves, because even this kitchen that I know a lot of you love and adore and admire, this kitchen was conceived with the thought of having to make breakfast for guests. And for example, it's like really like a semi-professional kitchen. We even have 2 dishwashers, we have 2 sinks. So we always had conceived it for that use. And so that's why I think in some respects, it's a little bit easier for us to turn this back into a guest house because it's really conceived for that.
We never dreamed as a family to live in 600 square meters. That would be ridiculous. But we saw the potential and we wanted a project, and we love renovating, we love architecture, we love history. And that's what this project always was about. A place to live, but also a business, a sustainable business. It was never just a dream home. What else do we have?
I felt so depressed since I watched your last video that you've spent so much time and love making a beautiful home over the last few years, only to move out into an outbuilding that has no character as your house has. And it's almost like the royal family is moving into a stables.
One of the reasons we bought this place in the first place was the amazing outbuildings that it had on the grounds, and we always loved them. But the more we learned about them, the more we learned how old and precious they are, the more we wanted to save them, to rescue them.
They're actually 15th century, some of the oldest buildings, so they predate this chateau.
Yeah. Now they're probably the most precious buildings in this property. So for us, they are very special places. They're amazing places. We are convinced that we can make them into stunning spaces, and we love a new challenge. We love a different architecture, and it's still on the wilds. We're still here.
The longhouses are not that far away, but far enough away that we will still have our own privacy, and we'll be able to have a nice family home away from our business. So that also kind of leads on to the next question, which is why don't you turn the longhouses into guest accommodation and live in the chateau instead? Well, we can tell you we've, over the last few years, had many thoughts about how we can live and turn this into a business. And we've thought about living in the coach house. We've thought about living in the chateau and transforming. A couple of years ago, that was the plan, to transform those into guest accommodation.
Yes.
But each time we had the realization it wasn't what was going to work for us as a family.
And the chateau is too big for us as a family. It's massive. It's ridiculous. It doesn't matter how much we change it, how we transform it. It is not. We can't fill all the rooms, and why would we live in a place when half of the house is empty all the time? And it costs a fortune to run, to heat it, to clean it, and it just feels wrong to us, spending all this money for a place that is bigger than we would ever need. Another important thing to consider is that if you would renovate the coach house and the other outbuildings as self-catering facilities, like a lot of people suggested, it wouldn't be sustainable. It would be really hard to make the money back that you invested, especially if you don't run it yourself, but you have to have a team, pay a team to run them. That's almost impossible. It's different if these buildings are already up and standing and clean, and we just put a couple of beds in, then it could work. But renovating them, very expensive. It would take 20 years probably to make the money back when you rent them out as self-catering facilities.
So we did the numbers and it didn't add up, and it didn't make sense for us. Another question is, how on earth are we going to fund this project? All I can see is massive debt and zero free time for family.
Well, massive debt we have already.
Yes.
Auto shackles. You know what it is.
We do have a 23-year loan.
Regularly paying it back. So
yeah.
Okay, the simple answer to this question is we finance this with a bank loan. And that means, first of all, for us, we wouldn't even start this project if we weren't convinced it's sustainable. So we run the numbers, and we don't do that by ourselves. We have professional help to do this. So all the calculations and how this would work out financially. And once these numbers are established and we are in the process to do that, we have to go to the bank and we need to convince them, and they look at the numbers in order to give us a loan. And if they wouldn't be convinced that this is a sustainable business, they would never give us the money. So that's the next important step, and then take several months to go to that process. But I think it's a really important process to do this, also for us to see if it's even worth going to all the hassle. So yes, it's through a loan, like we did for the renovation of the chateau already, and the bank again will look to all the numbers and decide whether this is going to be possible or not.
Yeah, so we still have that hurdle to overcome.
It's going to be the biggest hurdle.
And it is a bit of a risk that we're going to take on, but it's a calculated risk. And without taking risks and without staying safe in your comfort zone, then I feel like you never can really progress. And we feel like it's a risk worth taking. So, yeah. Also, as for the time element, and will we have any zero time for our family, that is definitely one of the key things that we are very aware of, and we definitely don't want to do, because we learned from our previous mistake. Well, we had never run a guest house before. We didn't really understand the time constraints, but it was such a small structure and we only had 3 rooms to begin with. We couldn't afford to pay for help, so we did everything ourselves. We were baking and cooking the breakfast, we were serving the guests, We were cleaning the rooms, making the beds, doing the welcoming of the guests, doing the gardening, doing everything. And it was too much. It was way too much. But that's what it entails when you have such a small amount of rooms, because you don't have enough income coming in. So this time around, we are going to be basing up on our structure for the business about having enough help so that it can be run independently of ourselves. We want it definitely to feel very personal still, and we will still be very involved, but we will definitely have a big team of support to help us run it, and there will be probably somebody who will be living in the chateau to take care of the guests and if there's any problems. So we have thought about that. Another question. I just wonder how the children would feel after moving into a small house and watching others enjoying their original home. Well, if you're kind of new here, then you might assume that, but actually those who have been watching for a while will know that our oldest daughter, Lily, has constantly told us over the years how she wished she lived in a small, cozy home.
Cozy, she loved it cozy.
Yeah, so we have talked to them, of course, we've mentioned it to them, and although they were very excited to move down to the bigger guest rooms, they're also extremely excited about the prospect of living in a small, cozy house.
And they're already planning the wallpaper they want to do. So
they want to be involved in the process, don't they?
It's our kids, so they are equally eager on a new adventure. They love architecture. Lily wants something slightly more modern. Actually, she would want something very modern, because she loves modern.
Yeah.
So we promised her she gets a more modern bathroom. And
Ziggy?
Ziggy, well, he will still be the master here. And everywhere. He will go in and out here. And
he'll still have a nice big garden.
Yes.
So I think he will not mind.
No issue for our kids.
Yeah.
They are excited, and they love a new
project.
And they go there and look at it and have their ideas already, so there's no issue.
So hopefully now this has addressed some of your concerns and helped you to understand where we're coming from and the decision that we made. And anyway, we're really excited to share with you how this project is going to evolve over the next few months, years.
And if everything goes to plan, there's going to be so much exciting content, renovation, transformation to come. So we're super excited about this.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you, guys.
See you next week.
See you.
Bye.